Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Pastor Haynes, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rickey Smiley. You knew we needed this today, didn't you?
Man, listen, man. I saw something on Instagram shared by Marvin Hunter. The new uniform for the Ku Klux Klan is the American flag.
Come on.
I get creeped out every time I see a truck or a boat with an American flag on there.
Oh, man, tell me.
I'm telling you, man, it's like I don't know. I'll let you explain. I know you got something powerful with this.
Hey, Rick, but I thank you for playing this because Marvin Gaye raised the question, what's going on today? We would simply say we have mothers crying, we got brothers dying, we got presidents lying, and of course we are sighing because, again, white supremacy has been given free reign. It's been given permission from the highest office in the land. As a matter of fact, war has been declared on us. And as war has been declared on us, we got to raise the question with Marvin Gaye, what's going on? The first thing Marvin teaches us is the importance of being conscious. We've got to be awake. We've got to be aware of what's going on. We've got to have the critical thinking to connect the dots and to listen to what's being said and what's not being said. Last night, Rickey, it almost blew my mind, except for the fact that it hit me. You can't condemn who you already are. When the president of this country was given the opportunity to condemn white racists instead of condemning white supremacy, he simply told his Proud Boys to stand down and stand by. It ain't even a dog whistle anymore. That's the bugle, the sounding of the bugle, the sounding of a trumpet that basically says get ready for war. And so we've got to be conscious, because once you are conscious, then you can make a commitment. And when you make a commitment, you recognize that you are connected to a cause that is bigger than yourself. You're connected to a cause that goes all the way back to Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman. You're connected to a cause that lifts up and is energized by Ida B. Wells and Paul Robeson and Martin King and Fred Shuttlesworth and Fannie Lou Hamer. You're connected to a cause for justice, for righteousness, for freedom. And so you've got to be conscious, but you've also got to make a commitment. And once you make that commitment because of what's in your DNA, then you recognize that we have the victory as long as we show up ready to fight for what's right, ready to fight for justice, ready to fight for real freedom, because we have come through too much for us to turn around now. We've come through too much and overcome too much and gone through too much for us to allow what is going on to continue to go on. So make sure that you are conscious, make sure that you make your commitment, and when you make your commitment, I promise you, we will conquer. We will win. Why? Because in the end, the people of God win. In the end, the people with faith win. In the end, we shall overcome. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome, but we've got to be conscious, we've got to be committed, and I promise you, we will conquer.
Yeah, Pastor Haynes, they was doing research, Pastor Haynes. They were saying that white Christians are way more racist than secular whites.
Man,
like real research. Yeah.
Oh man, what they're too white to really be Christian. Okay, so they'd rather be white than Christian, and they show their true colors every time.
Yeah, I woke up feeling some kind of way this morning. I feel, like you said, I feel like we are under attack. Yeah. And it's sad, it's scary. I'm afraid that a lot of people are going to lose their life, during the election week. He told his boys to stand down and stand by.
And stand by, Rick.
And stand by. If that, man, that's scary. And while we out here buying Jordans and twerking and doing the stuff we doing,
come on, Rick. Come on.
The lines at all of the gun stores all over the country wrapped around the building, and they teaching, man. Okay.
They getting ready for war, man.
Absolutely. Man, I appreciate you, Pastor Haynes. Senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Love you, Ricky. Thank you.
How can you be reached?
Hey, you can follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at FH Unscripted. I'm on Facebook, Frederick D. Haynes. My YouTube channel is Frederick Haynes.
There it is, y'all. Love you, Pastor Haynes. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 11 minutes after the hour. Y'all got your front page right here. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look at your front page news. So the question on everyone's mind after watching last night's first 2020 presidential debate is whether or not it's even worth it to have another one. President Trump's frequent interruptions of former Vice President Joe Biden's left viewers watching mostly very difficult to understand the crosstalk and the heated exchange. Trump's remarks on white supremacy were very clear, though. He did not condemn them. He actually told a group of right-wing extremists, the Proud Boys, to, quote, stand back, and stand by.
Stand by, yeah.
Also,
sure did.
Yeah, stand back and stand by. He very much so dog whistled. Meanwhile, the American Academy of Pediatrics says children now make up 10% of the U.S. coronavirus cases. That's up 2% from April. Also, the airline industry faces a crucial deadline tomorrow that could greatly affect travel. Tens of thousands of airline employees could be laid off unless Congress approves another coronavirus relief package. And finally, more answers may be on the way when it comes to the grand jury process in the Breonna Taylor case. So after jurors called for transparency and a judge's order, Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron now says he plans to release the recordings of the proceedings later on today. We will all be waiting. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, log on to the RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock teasy, faux cheesy. What's going down in sports?
Well, we got game one tonight of the NBA Finals. Miami Heat versus the Lakers. Miami is not an underdog. Matter what people think out there. I'm convinced, and I'm on the bandwagon. They are for real. Bam Adebayo is going to be a problem for the Lakers. Let's get ready for that one right there. In the meantime, Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, signs a new Kobe Bryant law. He bans first responders from taking death pictures. This was triggered by aftermath of Kobe's helicopter crash. 8 local deputies were accused of taking or sharing death pics for unofficial businesses. And matter of fact, one of the deputies tried to pick up a woman in a bar by bragging about these pictures that they took on the scene. So this law will prevent that from happening in the future. Last but not least, Super Bowl MVP quarterback Patrick Mahomes is having a great 2020 year. He led the Kansas City Chiefs to the first Super Bowl in 50 years and won. At the age of 25, he received the richest contract in U.S. team sports history, 10 years, $500 million. Then he became part owner of the Kansas City Royals, and he got engaged to his longtime girlfriend, Brittany, and they both announced they will be having a baby soon yesterday. So congratulations to Patrick Mahomes and his new fiance. That's all I got in sports right now. Gary with the T, what you got, man?
All right, y'all. Gabrielle Union and NBC have settled, y'all, their dispute after the actress and the former America's Got Talent judge allegedly was wrongfully terminated from the show. Now, they're saying that the union had filed harassment and discrimination complaints against the network last year. Now, they put out that we have reached an amicable resolution, and they're saying, y'all, that NBC Entertainment appreciates the important concerns raised by Gabrielle Union and remains committed to ensuring, y'all, an exclusive and supportive working environment where people of all backgrounds can be treated with respect. Now, they're saying Gabrielle Union, a black woman, was singled out, y'all, due to her physical appearance and discriminated against by NBC due to the fact that her hair did not fit within the white image that NBC apparently sought to convey to the audience. Now, they're saying...
Ain't that something?
Yeah, they say...
Black African-American newscasters all over the country have to deal with that.
Yep. And they said, NBC said, we took Ms. Union's concerns seriously and engaged an outside investigator who found an overarching culture of diversity on the show. Now, they're saying NBC Universal remains committed to creating an inclusive and supportive working environment where people of all backgrounds are treated with respect. That's what they said. All right, so, nobody's saying how much money
put her back on then.
Okay, so she moved on. She got her own show out there now and stuff or whatever. But they didn't say how much money she got or what she got from the settlement. But, they reached an agreement. So congratulations goes out to Gabrielle Union. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is Greek Villa. On the high end, you say Greek Villa. And on the lawn, just say beautiful white. That's your color for the day. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, Tory Lanez team allegedly sent emails impersonating Meg Thee Stallion's record label. I'm going to tell you all about it up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, bottom of the hour, time for the hot spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. Reports say that Tory Lanez team allegedly sent emails to media outlets pretending to be staff members of Meg Thee Stallion's record label. According to Billboard, a source says that one email, the person claimed to be Kevin Long, head of creative at Megan's label, 300 Entertainment. The email contained a link to an article that alleged that Megan did not want to testify against Tory Lanez. 300 Entertainment said in the statement, in this day and age, digital security is of utmost importance. The email impersonation of the head of our creative, Kevin Long, with the intent to disseminate false information has been brought to our attention, and we are working diligently on Megan's behalf to get to the bottom of the matter. In other news, Meg and her best friend, Kelsey Nicole, are no longer following each other on social media, and Kelsey Nicole was in the car the night that Megan got shot in her feet. Meanwhile, Michael B. Jordan has partnered with Lyft's newly launched charitable program, Lift Up, through his Outlier Society Fellowship. The program, which was launched in January, will give free rides to recent college graduates from underserved communities in Los Angeles and New York. Participants will have rides to employment-related destinations like job interviews, mentorship events, internships, and career counseling. Jordan said in a statement that reliable transportation is often taken for granted. It plays a critical role in arriving on time to a job interview. He said, I'm proud to partner with Lyft to provide rides for our Outlier Society fellows. Together through Lift Up initiative, we will work to alleviate some of the transportation barriers young professionals in under-resourced communities may have. And last but not least, Mary J. Blige visited Naomi Campbell's Unfiltered with Naomi, and Naomi revealed that Mary was the reason she decided to go back to rehab in the 90s. So Mary told Naomi about the first time they met. She said, I know we met, it was Milan or someplace overseas. It was at a Dolce & Gabbana fashion show. I ran into you in the bathroom and I was like, this is too good to be true. The most beautiful woman in the world is here talking to me. Wow, and you're so beautiful, so friendly, and I've never forgotten that. That's why I love you. Our first meeting was so beautiful. Well, Naomi added, I echo your sentiments. I remember the same. We were in a club called Plastic and we were in the bathroom and I looked at you and you looked at me and you said, we are from the same tribe, and I've never ever forgotten that. And the importance of it being that day, I know that you never knew, but the next day I went back and checked into rehab the very next day. So I'm hearing that from a sister that is important to me, and it meant a lot to me, and it gave me strength. So I always want to say thank you for that. And Mary said, you're welcome. I had no idea. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. That is amazing. That's what's up. All right, y'all, that's going to wrap up the hot spot. Coming up next, we got Rock T's HBC, you know, and y'all hit us up for them wake-up calls one time at 1-866-9-RICKY. That's 1-866-9-RICKEY. The time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Listen, man, we telling people every single day right here on this morning show, Dr. MJ Collier, why you need to take vitamin D, 5,000 milligrams of vitamin D every day. Tell them, Dr. MJ Collier.
That's absolutely correct, Ricky, because as of now, there are over 1 million deaths worldwide. The United States is at 7.22 million cases of the coronavirus and 206,000 deaths, still roughly 1,000 deaths per day in the U.S. right now. Despite all the scientific advances, despite our medical system, 1,000 people per day are dying. Scientific models predict that the number of deaths will more than double in the next few months. Possible scenarios note 416,000 to 600,000 deaths by January. Now, we're fatigued, Ricky. We're tired of hearing about this. We have cabin fever. We want to travel. So how do we travel germ-free? I'm going to tell you how to get from your home to the airport, to your plane, to your hotel, and back home again as safe as you possibly can be. Your first defense, of course, is the best offense you can take is by wearing a mask. Remember to cover your nose and mouth with that mask. Spend time packing a carry-on bag that includes items such as hand sanitizer, there's at least 60% alcohol, disinfecting wipes, which are becoming very difficult to find, and take multiple masks in case one of your masks break or one becomes soiled, you cough or sneeze in it, you'll need to replace that mask. If you use blankets or pillows when you fly, bring your own in a carry-on bag. Pack your clothes in a roller suitcase rather than a weekender. Why? Because these bags can stand on their own. There will be less risk of contaminating them from dirty floors or other contaminated surfaces. Plus, the exterior of a roll-on is easier to wipe down and disinfect than a cloth bag. Bring a travel size kit that contains bandages and other medications such as fever reducers like Tylenol or ibuprofen, cough and cold medications, and antihistamines such as Claritin, Allegra, Zyrtec, and Zylol. Be sure to boost your immunity before boarding a flight, Ricky. This is important. A strong immune system is your first line of defense for fighting off the germs. Vitamin D at 5,000 international units per day. Vitamin C at 1,000 milligrams per day. Zinc at 30 to 50 milligrams per day. Probiotics, and omega-3 fish oil. Get some rest on the evening before traveling and drink plenty of water to prevent dehydration and to keep your respiratory tract moist, because the mucus in your respiratory tract, your sinuses, your throat, and your mouth are where the antibodies are that will protect you from the coronavirus. Once you're on board, wipe down everything, or your headrest, seat belt, armrest, tray tables, seat back pockets, entertainment systems, etc. Don't try to avoid going to the bathroom on the plane, Ricky. Just don't use that toilet. Use the toilet before boarding and try to wait until you arrive before you have to use it. But if you have to, limit your contact with surfaces as much as possible. Use a toilet seat cover if you have to sit. Use paper towels to touch any and everything, no direct contact. So when it comes to the risk of the coronavirus, remember the three things. Wear your mask, watch your distance, and watch your distance. There you go. So the opinions expressed are those of Dr. M.J. Collier, not those of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show or its radio affiliates. That's it for today, Ricky.
Hey, Dr. Collier, appreciate you always, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Gary got the tea and the... Yes, sir. You too, man. Gary got the tea and the clue today. Coming up next, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the tea. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Everybody's calling her Khloe Kardashian Nose Carter. That's Khloe Kardashian. Now, everybody's talking about it, that Khloe, y'all, is looking like Beyonce. People are saying, y'all, that she's so addicted to plastic surgery. They're saying that it's almost called borderline blackface. Now, if y'all haven't seen Khloe's picture yet and seen her, honey, she is looking like Beyonce. And people like, my God, honey, what is really going on with these people, honey? They're saying they're glad that, you know, she's doing things. They say, but right now, honey, they say, this is not Black History Month, Khloe, and she's doing these things. But some people don't realize, too, y'all, when, she's dating Tristan Thompson. Usually when African-American men sometimes date outside of their race, they usually want their women that they're dating to kind of look like the woman they would have loved to date. And that's why they're saying, you know, she's doing it. They're saying, allegedly, he may be behind her look like Beyonce. So it's interesting. Very interesting, y'all. And I'm like, I saw the picture and I'm like, okay, she does look like Beyonce. I mean,
she's been trying to look like Beyonce for quite some time, Gary.
Yeah, but that's spooky though, Eva. How could she? I mean, that is crazy. And how could he even have her looking like Beyonce, being with her, knowing that, you know, he got her for who she's supposed to be, but now she's looking like Beyonce. So
I'm sure she do what she want to do. I'm sure she don't ask his permission to go get work done. She's been getting it done for a long time. They all have.
Yeah,
so I don't think it has nothing to do with him, unless I don't think he's telling her to do it. I think she does what she wants to do.
Well, maybe he probably dreamed about Beyonce one time and talked about it in his sleep, and you think she decided
don't do that, Gary.
Well, that's what people do sometimes, so y'all don't know. That's what people do. But anyway, honey, congratulations, I guess so. He got him a Beyonce and a Khloe all wrapped up in one, child. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. People need to stop attacking this young lady, Nikayla. Now, Nikayla, y'all, is the sister of Naya Rivera. I don't know if y'all heard the story, but Naya Rivera is the actress who starred on Glee that she drowned back in July. Well, people are attacking her because she decided, y'all, to move in with Naya's husband to help raise the baby, her 5-year-old son. And people are saying that is ridiculous. But people do it all the time. I mean, why, if she want to be with her nephew and be with her sister husband, I mean, I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Ricky, would you move, if you had a brother and he died and he had a child, wouldn't you move in with his wife to help raise your nephew?
I mean, yeah, they got a little room in the basement or something, and I have my own little life, and we work it out, and then she feel like a man need to be in the house, and for bonding purposes, absolutely. You just have to have the discipline and sense enough to do the right thing. If it's in you to always do the right thing, or whatever, it ain't gonna be nothing that will question integrity.
Because she made it very clear. She said, quote, "I'm not concerned with the way things look because no one can see each agonizing moment we all endure," unquote. So she moved with her sister husband. So,
But don't say it like that, Gary. She's helping raise that baby who just lost her mom.
Okay, but she's still moving with her sister husband. It's not like she just moved in with the husband. But the baby deserves a level of stability right now, and the trauma must be absolutely crazy. So they're just trying to do what's in the best interest of that child.
And I wish people would stop talking about it like that. I mean, somebody tried to say they was holding hands. If you zoom into the picture, they weren't holding hands in that picture. Like, let them do what's in the best interest of the child. They're all still grieving.
Okay, well, they say he got family members, honey, that should have moved in. But nevertheless, all right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today is Greek Villa. On the high end, you say Greek Villa, and on the low end, you say beautiful white. That's your color for today.
I see you ain't moved in none of your family members.
Hello?
Right?
They don't want me.
Yeah, right.
Right.
You let a family member jump at that opportunity to move and lay up and use you and do whatever they want to do for free. You don't have to help out with nothing. You are crazy. All right, y'all give it up for Gary with his team. All right, y'all, we know that the coronavirus pandemic has been tough on a lot of people, but all of us are trying to make the best of a messed up situation. And we want you to know the entire morning show team had to go through a lot of changes and adjustments too, and it has not been easy. Our friends at Ford asked us to share some of our personal stories of strength, and it was crazy because when we came over here to work on this urban AC format, we started in January and everything was set and ready to go. We were about to go on a cruise, supposed to be going out on a cruise next month, and we was going to have a good time. Brand new studio in Dallas, Texas, and all of a sudden coronavirus came and it just split everybody up, and you get you have to work with people that you haven't seen in 6 months. But I think the positive side is there's nothing we can do about it, and just glad that everybody is alive and healthy. We just have to be positive, and we have to do what we can. So, we get on the radio, we talk to each other, and, we work together every day and keep each other uplifted and motivated, and we can't do anything about it. We have to stay safe and, and send each other kits and masks and stuff like that to try to keep everybody on your show healthy. And I'm sure a lot of people have done that in their offices with employment. So, do you miss me?
Yeah. We miss you, Ricky.
Yeah, I miss y'all too, man.
And Rick, man, and from your perspective, man, one of the highlights of your career was actually happening because you was on tour with Martin Lawrence, and then a lot of those shows got shut down, man. How have you been able to recover from that and turn that into a positive?
I just we just have to wait it out. What they did do, they rescheduled the dates or whatever. I was just nervous about all of the chairs and stuff we had to put back in these civic centers because Martin had the comedians set the chairs out. There's a lot of chairs, so we had to put on a mask and go and put those chairs back up and take those chairs back to different churches and Sunday schools all over the country. So,
well, now I will say this though, Ricky. The part that I missed, I'd never been on a cruise, and I was looking forward to going on the cruise.
Right. And looking forward to you going too, Gary.
Yeah, because, I ain't never been on no cruise. I'm like, well, everybody talking about, you going to like it, or this and that, or you might get seasick, or you might just have a good time, but the cruise didn't come. But I know it's coming next year, so.
You still have your clothes laid out?
Oh, now, you know how damn well do. You keep your clothes in the suitcase at the door, because you never know when a call going to come through. So.
You mean his Speedos?
None of us knows what comes next, and many people have the luxury of working from home, and that's why we salute all the essential workers, doctors, first responders, truck drivers, postal workers, grocery store employees, and others. And the rest of America still depends on you to show up. Your commitment to being there takes a whole lot of courage and strength because you show up. Ford does too. That's right. They show up for me every day. I love my Ford F-150. And Rock, I'm sure you love your Ford F-150. That's right,
sure
man.
Do.
That's right. Built for America, built for it, proud. Every Wednesday we will tell you a little bit about what's going on in our lives during the pandemic, and these are our Ford stories of strength, and we know that you have one too, so keep your head up. We'll get through it, all right? More of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show up next.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's time to wake girl from St. Pete College saying, wake up, Titans. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's your girl, Big Deuce, with Little Rock, Arkansas. Waking up everyone, including my son, Manny. Thank you, babe. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yeah, I just want to wake up Indianapolis. Wake up, go vote.
This is Vicky Heath from DeLand, Florida, and I want to wake up my entire DeLand family, McKeeva Lawson family. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, good morning. This is Alex from South Florida. Just want to say good morning to all the beautiful black people. Black mental health matters. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
What's yours? Because we going to let them know. Come on, Huntsville, wake up. Chattanooga, wake up. And Shreveport, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Where you at, Jackson? Wake up. Savannah, wake up. And Charleston, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, appreciate it, Brad. All right, y'all, one time we got church in 60 seconds with Pastor Fred. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Ricky. How are you this morning?
Blessed and highly favored.
Yes. You know, Brother Ricky, I'm going through something right now. I'm trying to lose some weight. Trying to take it down. The doctor told me that there are some complications and we need to scale it down just a little bit. Doctor told me I had to lose 80 pounds. And I said, oh, my God. You may as well told me to lose 1 million. But, you know, I began to talk with the dietitian, and I learned that weight is lost in the kitchen. That's where it starts. And it hurt my heart so bad because, you know, when I cook, I love to use the sauce. But, you know, I had to learn that the calories are in the sauces. It began to break it down to me and say, if you want to lose the weight, you got to get rid of the sauce, teriyaki sauce, soy sauce, honey mustard sauce, ketchup sauce, barbecue sauce, sauce. Got to get rid of mushroom gravy, brown gravy. Got to get rid of no more smothered chicken, no more smothered pork chops, no more smothered chicken breast. Gotta get rid of, if you wanna be a boss, you got to get rid of the sauce. If you wanna be a boss, gotta get rid of the sauce. So I get the real Pastor Fred. I guess I go get me some lettuce.
There it is, y'all. One time about the Fred. Yes, sir. Black Tony, where you at?
Well, sorry, I'm not gonna lie, sorry. I'm tired right now, but I can't hold my eyes open. Sorry, I'm so sleepy right now. I've been up all night, cuz.
You been up all night doing what?
Sorry. Well, I'm trying to get the screech ready for this president election. I'm trying to get the screech ready for the president election. Cause my mom said that the white folk finna get turned up, so look. So what I'm doing, what I'm doing, I'm getting the screech ready. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ain't gonna be there today, cause I'm building a gym outside. I need to borrow your truck too. I need to borrow your truck today, so I got a whole bunch of weights I need to move.
Black Tony, don't you got a Range Rover?
No, I ain't got no Range. No, I got Reapers. That got repos. I ain't got that no more. I still got my Escalade. I got a 02 Escalade with a 5-speed on it.
Right.
But look, I need to borrow your truck. We had got up in that plant, or I don't know if I said that name. The gym. We got in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Planet Fitness.
Work at it. I won't say that name, but we got up.
What color the equipment on the inside?
All right, purple and yellow. Shawty, we got that back door boy, we opened up that back door last night. Shawty went up for one. Boy, we got all the weight stacked up in the woods in the back. We finna build a gym out behind the Shell gas station over on the west end. For let all the homeless people and all the crackheads work out and get strong. So when these white folks turn up, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking all the crackheads.
They got guns. So you bringing some muscles to a gunfight.
So you ever seen a crackhead get shot? You know, it don't even affect him. So you just keep on coming at your head. Crackhead, you shoot crackhead 12 times, he still whoop your ass.
Tasers don't even work on crackhead.
Let them get geeked up. But it's like a bulletproof vest, son.
Hey, you know what, Black Tony? Go on, take the rest of the day off. I'm gonna come over there and help you, man. Where you at right now?
Over in the West End. Pick me up over there by Popeyes at 11 o'clock. So I've been parking lot on the drive-through side. So I'll get me. You want me to order you something?
Yeah. Go on, give me a chicken sandwich.
I get you one of them chicken sandwiches. You want the spice or the mild? So I just tell them, let me know. Cause you know that spice.
Go on, do the spice.
You do.
Yeah, hey, man. I'll meet you over there, Black Tony.
Hey, come out. Feel like your booty. Feel like you made shot in your booty.
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 5 minutes after the hour, y'all. Gary got the tea and the clue of the day. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Everybody's talking about it. They're saying, friends, how many of us have them? The ones that we can depend on. Well, Nene Leakes is saying Wendy ain't a friend no more. She says she is sick of Wendy Williams. She's through with Wendy Williams, and she is speaking out about Wendy Williams. Now, if y'all don't recall why these two didn't fail out, Wendy was on Watch What Happened Live with Andy Cohen the other night. And, you know, she went on to talk about Nene and, you know, the show saying Nene quit the show and what have you. And if Nene was to do a show with Greg or anybody else, it would be boring. Well, Miss Nene decided that she was going to clap back at her good friend, Miss Wendy Williams, and here's what Miss Nene had to say.
Since I have been forced out of the franchise, then leave my name alone. You've been forcing me out for the past 4 years, okay? If I don't mean to you, stop bringing up my name. Wendy, spend more of your time trying to figure out how you can drain your enormously large legs and feet, okay? Opposed to worrying about my family and what we are doing. And Andy, remember, no one knew you until you knew me.
Oh, baby.
Oh, my God.
Ricky, y'all know Wendy Williams is suffering from lymphedema and she got Graves' disease, and that woman is talking about her like that, saying she needs to drain her doggone knees. Because you know Wendy can't wear heels no more. Because of her lymphedema, she got to wear tennis shoes.
Well, I mean, that's the business you're in. When you throw rocks, you got to be prepared to take it. Because they, you know when they be throwing shade. Now, you got to be prepared to take it if that's what you do.
Oh, my God. That's an illness that woman can't
I think,
help.
You know what?
What is wrong with this generation?
What Nene is going through right now.
What?
What Nene's going through right now with her exit is not an easy thing. And we all in entertainment know as we transition from job to job, there's a lot of chitter chatter and a lot of it is often negative. So for Nene, as much as I'm not like her biggest fan or friend, I definitely feel for her. You know, this is not a time to kick her. Let her figure out what she wants to do. She was off of Instagram for an entire month to figure it out. And then they use this as a talking point on a talk show. I think it's whack.
Yeah, but you talking about that woman with her lymphedema. That's sad.
Okay.
Did Wendy say something really, really bad about her? She said, I thought she just said she wouldn't be good on some show or something.
She went did. In on her
but
brat.
I thought Wendy said she was her friend, though. She said, Nene is my friend. Maybe I missed something. Okay, so...
But see, what people got to understand, if people fighting, you don't get to tell somebody how to fight. Now, if you throw the first punch, why does everybody jump up and get mad at the reaction of the punch? But they never talk about the punch.
Yep.
See, that's this generation right here. Well, you did not have to hit him back like that. I mean, he hit you, but you ain't have to hit him back like that.
Like that.
I mean, y'all ever notice that? That is the new generation of changing. Changing the narrative, but nobody ever looked at how the fight started and who started the fight. You don't get to tell people how to fight. What are the rules of engagement?
Yeah, but you talking about this woman, and
it doesn't matter.
I look at her ankles and I feel bad because she can't wear
pants.
So what?
This woman is over here trying to figure out her job.
If my ankles and my knees was bad,
she won't work.
Yeah, if my ankles and knees was bad, I don't know if I'd be saying certain things because I know that backlash is coming. Because people gonna clown you, they gonna roast you. Say what?
Oh my! If you don't want to get hit, stay out the ring.
I need to watch it again because if y'all friends, I think okay, y'all can go at each other and cuss each other out, but don't go below the belt.
That's right. Drain your legs. How could she say that to Wendy? I mean, like she's sitting there with a pump.
Wendy said that this lady don't.
Why do y'all think we don't say nothing?
What you say, Ricky?
Why do y'all think we don't say nothing about Nene? We don't want Nene out talking that trash. Boy, you better be, boy,
Nene is a human.
Boy, Nene got that fire, man, when it comes. Boy, Nene got real clapbacks. I'm a comedian. I'm not trying to fool with Nene on nothing. Y'all know they ain't never said nothing about Nene Lee. I don't want that.
You don't want that smoke?
No,
that
man.
Is sad. I mean,
I said what I said. I'm scared of Nene.
Yeah, well, I ain't scared of her, but how dare Wendy? Oh, poor Wendy. Oh, I know. I hope Wendy talk about it today, Lord Jesus. Oh, my God. You know I'm going to be watching. Drain her legs. All right, the color today, honey.
It's you now. It ain't Nene no more. Now it's you. Because you had to say it one more time before you get the color today, and you try to say it like it's a theme. Drain her leg like it's a theme for a sermon. See? You going too far.
The color today is Greek Villa. On the high end, you say Greek Villa, and on the low end, just say beautiful white. That's your color today. Well, I'm finna go pray.
Brett, now you talking, you finna go pray, gonna try to put it off like that's what Nene said, but you the one keep saying it. You the one keep repeating it. With your messy self.
I forgot about it. He talking about and had to drain her legs.
Now you talking about you finna go pray.
Yeah, talking about Jesus and God. Nuh-uh.
Help us, Jesus, Lord. Help us.
And so what, Gary?
Help us for the drainage, Lord. Help us. My Lord.
Wendy gonna kill you, man.
My.
And then
the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
By the morning show, hey, we got a lot of stuff going on. This segment's being brought by Ford, doing what's needed for over a century. Built for America, built Ford proud. A lot of stuff going on. Must-see TV last night. I don't know if y'all saw the presidential debate between Donald Trump and Democratic nominee, former Vice President Joe Biden. And we want to know what you thought about it. So give us a call right now, 866-9-RICKY. Now, after months of tweets and attack ads, the two candidates faced off last night to discuss the issues: the Supreme Court, COVID-19, taxes, racism in America, and the integrity of the election. But what we got was mostly a lot of interruptions and heated back and forth. Listen to this.
Vote now.
You're going to pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know you're senator. I'm not going to answer the question.
Why would you answer that
because
question?
the question is the question is
Justice radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
Who's
on your list?
Right.
Gentlemen, I think
this is so unprecedented.
He's going to pack the court.
We're not going to give a list. We have ended this segment. We're going to move on to the second segment.
That was really a productive segment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Keep yapping, man.
The people understand, Joe. 47 years you've done nothing. They understand.
All right.
Yeah, that's
you can't
crazy,
argue with a fool.
Yeah. Spencer, how you think Joe Biden handled himself?
I think that he handled himself as well as he could under the circumstances that he was given, because he was in a no-win situation on some level. Because you can't argue with a fool. We've all had those arguments back and forth with people on Facebook who just don't get it or who don't want to get it. You can't argue with somebody that's not going to abide by the rules, somebody that's not going to be respectful of your opinion, of your time, somebody that's not going to be respectful of everything that was agreed upon ahead of time. Trump wanted to get him down in the mud because, like you said, if you wrestle with a pig, you're going to get dirty and the pig going to like it.
Right.
So,
and,
he did as much as he could. I mean, Trump went after his kid. I mean, it was
everything.
Ridiculous.
Trump also dodged questions about his taxes.
Will you tell us how much you paid in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017?
Millions of dollars.
You paid millions of dollars?
Millions of dollars.
So
yes.
not 750.
Millions of dollars. And you'll get to see it. And you'll get to see it. But let me just tell you, it was the tax laws. I don't want to pay tax. Before I came here, I was a private developer. I was a private business people. Like every other private person, unless they're stupid, they go through the laws, and that's what it is. He passed a tax bill that gave us all these privileges for depreciation. We build the building and we get tax credits like the hotel on Pennsylvania Avenue. You get a massive, which, by the way, was given to me by the Obama administration, if you can believe that.
And Chris Wallace asked Trump if he would finally condemn white supremacists. Here's what happened.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down?
Sure,
Are you
I'm
prepared to specifically do it? Well, go ahead,
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it. What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
Supremacists and
who would you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys. Stand back and stand by, but I'll tell you what, somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing.
FBI director
This is a left-wing problem.
White supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Not militia.
All right, y'all, I need to know what you think. Y'all get at me. Call me right now. Phone lines are wide open. 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. I'll be back with your phone calls. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We're talking about the whole debate last night and, some of the comments that was made by Donald Trump, his refusal to condemn white supremacy. I need to know what you think. So we're taking your calls. Get at me. 866-9-RICKY. Good morning.
Mudslinging is unfair. I don't like how President Trump talked about Joe Biden's son, talked about his personal afflictions. Children are off limits, period.
Nia Cameron, it was horrible for Joe Warren.
Yeah, I just want to say I went to bed laughing on that doggone debate. They just didn't do nothing but argue the whole time. They ain't doing nothing. I don't even know who to vote for, man. With choices like that, who you gonna vote for?
Yes, the worst debate I ever seen in my life.
Yes, that debate was a hot mess. Donald Trump has no respect for anyone. He is a complete moron.
This is Shonda. I feel like Vice President Biden, he held his own underneath that pressure. It just goes to show you had a politician going up against an entertainer, but Joe, he held his own as a politician going against Donald Trump.
Okay, I want to talk about Chris Wallace. I thought he was terrible. He should have packed his stuff up and went home. He let all that get away from him. He was supposed to be the guy who was heading, the debate up. He was a wuss. He let him walk all over him. I just thought that was terrible. And as far as Trump, he is just the most disrespectful person I have ever seen as a president in all my 66 years.
Well, the thing about it is you can't set boundaries for somebody that's ignorant and alley. It's hard to set boundaries for somebody like that. And then the gentleman that called in, somebody you don't know who to vote for, what do you see is people like you are the reason why we are here right now with that type of thinking. What do you mean you don't know who to vote for because they were arguing? What part did you miss?
Right.
Sir, with all due respect.
Just being politically lazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And then even if you didn't get anything else out of the debate, the fact that he would not condemn white supremacy. So what got you confused between Joe Biden and Donald Trump? People like you, sir, you are the one that pastor in Virginia is talking about that we play at the top of the hour. People like you. So you confused and don't know who to vote for. And when the election results come in, white supremacists are going to be all over the streets. The Proud Boys, who he refused to condemn, going to be all over the streets. And a lot of people are going to lose their lives because people like you put messages out there like that you confused, and you're going to stay home on election day, just like a lot of y'all did in 2016. So I said what I said. Now, and stuff like that, it made me mad because sometimes, man, as black folks, we are our own worst enemy. Us. Almost 1 million black folks did not go out and vote. And I'll say it until I feel better about it or whatever. 1 million, almost 1 million black folks, black people, did not go out and vote. And it's not the audience, we need to be talking to everybody that hosts these hip-hop shows. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of grown people that's in their 30s and 40s and stuff that just kind of, and then you got a couple of Trump supporters out here, a few of them or whatever. But I'm wondering what Trump supporters thinking now that he refused to condemn white supremacy. He said he called them by name, Proud Boys.
Which one would call in?
Right. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, we got the one and only attorney Glennon Threatt on with us this morning. Listen, I don't know if you saw the debate. I'm sure, Glennon, you watched the debate last night. I would have loved to sit there and watch the debate with you, but we wouldn't have been able to chat because there was so much chaos on the TV. Glennon, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky, and good morning to your radio audience. Ricky, I've been studying political science for over 40 years, and I've never seen anything like this president. He is the gangster of racism. You know the saying when people say, what set you claiming? Well, he showed people what set he's claiming. He not only didn't take the opportunity to denounce white supremacists, he gave them a shout out, Ricky, just like you would expect from a DJ in the club. I was expecting him to throw a Heil Hitler and pull a Confederate flag out from behind the podium. You know, it's amazing that people from other countries are looking at our elected president and seeing him give shout outs to white violent supremacists on national TV during the debate. You know, he diminished the office of the president. He diminished the debate process. He showed that the rules do not apply to him, and he gave democracy. He hurt democracy, and he hurt our form of government last night. But it was like watching a train wreck, like you said, Ricky. But he is the gangster of racism, as far as I'm concerned.
Do you think he took the shine from Joe Biden? Do you think Joe Biden was effective?
I think Joe Biden was very effective in a couple of things. One of the most effective things that Joe Biden said is that it is what it is because you are who you are. And I think that's a saying that will resonate throughout the rest of the campaign because it's true. If we had a different person as president, we wouldn't be where we are, and people wouldn't have 200,000 empty seats at their table for breakfast this morning. I thought that line will resonate through the rest of the campaign. I also thought that it was a very painful but poignant and very personal confession for him to make about his son's battle with drug addiction. It's hard to find somebody, particularly in our community, that hadn't had a family member or friend or coworker or church member whose lives have been touched by addiction. And when he mentioned that comment about what happened to his son, that struck me because I have people that I love that have been in that situation. And I thought that was a very personal thing that he shared, and it showed his humanity and his willingness to identify with normal people.
So Glennon, what do you say to all the black folks that go to the Church of the Highlands or Paula White Church and all these white evangelicals? Research shows clearly that white evangelicals are more racist than secular whites.
We have all. Go ahead. We have always thought, Ricky, that being a house nigga was better than being enslaved. I mean, going back to Samuel Jackson, you know, we have always thought that it's better to be in the house than in the field. And I think that those of us need to take a hard look at ourselves and see that even though we're in the house or the field, we're still the same person.
So what do you say to white evangelicals that's more concerned about gay marriage and abortion and will stand with a president that's a white supremacist?
You know, I don't know how they swallow the bile and vote for the man, Ricky. I just don't. I mean, because when you look at him, imagine that you were in Europe last night watching that debate and looking at the president of the United States, the elected president of the United States, and the way that he behaved. Now imagine if you were in China or Russia. You are clapping your hands gleefully because what they have wished for is happening now. The United States government is self-destructing, and they don't have to do anything except stand by and watch us destroy ourselves. I mean, the presidency was severely diminished last night. And to those who still support the president, I think they need to check themselves before they wreck themselves.
Yeah. Do you think that we are in danger the week of the election, election day, and the days that follow?
I absolutely think we are, but I think that people are being diligent, perhaps not as diligent as we may need to be. But it is clear that the president intends to steal the election if given the opportunity. So we got to make sure that we get out there and protect our voters. And I know the Biden campaign has empowered hundreds of lawyers there's going to be litigation. I'd be surprised if the presidency is determined even in the week of the election.
Right. And Glennon, what are your predictions as far as the battleground states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, you know, according to polling and everything according to the mood of the country, you've been pretty good. You know, we always sit down and talk politics. So what are your predictions of some of the outcomes, and then throw in a little spin about some of the mail-in ballots?
I'm cautiously optimistic that Biden will win for one reason that's very different between this and the 2016 campaign. In the 2016 campaign, in some of the battleground states, the third-party candidate got between 7 to 8% of the vote, which allowed Trump to win with a plurality and not a majority. That's not the case this time. He's going to need a majority to get the electoral votes in those states, and I don't think his base, as loyal as it is, can get him there. That's the first thing I think is a major difference, so I'm cautiously optimistic. But I think the mail-in ballots will be the way they've been for the last several elections. They'll be almost universally accepted, and they'll be valid. There'll be some fights and litigation over them, but ultimately I don't think it'll be enough for Trump to prevail. I mean, he's going to raise a lot of hell, but I think ultimately he will lose, and I think he knows that.
Special K, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think that, with him saying he wants to send his people to the polls to watch, I think people that are going to vote.
White supremacists with Trump flags and Confederate flags and guns?
Pretty much. We can't
intimidate voters?
We can't allow ourselves to be intimidated. We need to stand up, stand tall, and stand in line. And if you see people standing out there with open carry and all that, you walk right past them and you go up there and vote. Because don't forget, there's a lot more people on our side than it is on their side. They are a very vocal group, but I think they're in the minority. I refuse to believe that most of the white folks in America are like that. I can't accept that because I don't think they are. And I think that they're going to find out that there's a whole lot more of us than there are of them.
Yeah,
don't be intimidated.
Yeah, Michigan, Pennsylvania, everybody that's listening to us in Detroit, everybody that's listening to us in Philadelphia, y'all need to take 10 people to the polls. Everybody that's listening to us in up in Wisconsin, y'all need to take 10 people and be responsible for 10 people. Take them to the polls and vote. Pookie, Bebe, Black Tony, everybody, and take them to the polls.
See, we need to overwhelm the racists with numbers. We overwhelm them with numbers. We overwhelm them.
Right.
We got to remember what's at stake. Ricky. The very fabric of our democracy is at stake. Your health care is at stake. Your future in terms of your job is at stake. Not only the legacy of people like John Lewis, our kids' ability is at stake. The very lives of the citizens of our country are at stake. If you have ever had courage to vote, now's the time to get out there. And don't be afraid to ask somebody to go with you.
Hey, Glennon, thank you for being a big brother, one of the greatest attorneys in the country, and a mentor. Thank you so much, man. It's always good to have you just come on with no notice. We really appreciate you, man. We know you're running, but thank you so much.
And thank you, too, Ricky, for letting me share my thoughts with your radio audience.
Hey, appreciate it. Hey, Glennon, let everybody know how you can be reached.
At G3 on Twitter. Follow me and I'll follow you back. And remember, it's just about a month until election. Now's the time to put our foot on the gas. Don't lose heart, folks. Get out and vote.
There it is, y'all. Attorney Glennon 3. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Oh, yeah.
I can't get it.
Right there. That's the best part of that song.
That song gonna be in your head all day.
And this week, it's all about the blues.
Like this.
Boy, let me tell you something, man. I thought about my good friend and my sister, Brat, when I decided to play this right here. Because she loves her Tennessee honey whiskey. Here you go, Brat.
I do.
Play me some Marvin Cease or some Marvin Gaye.
Gary.
Yes.
Boy, let me tell you, Brat.
Yes.
If I don't know nothing else about you, I know you love your little Jim. Is it Jim Bourbon? Jim B?
It's Honey Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels, that honey Tennessee whiskey. I know you love. I know that's your drink of choice.
It is.
And I still got my bottle.
Yes, Gary got Gary a bottle too. Got Gary on a little bit, just one sip or two.
Yes, honey.
Gary, you like that Tennessee whiskey?
Oh, yes, especially the way Brad had with the honey and the lemon. Yeah. Oh, yes, honey. Baby, Brad gave me that. I'm like, all right, baby, honey. I want to start telling all my secrets, honey. But, girl, this is cute.
Special K, you want to shout out to everybody that's, we want to play this for all the Elks Lodge. All the Elks Lodge. Come on, K.
All the VFW, all the brothers out there with the two-piece linen suit that come in a pack. Got the matching white cap to go with it. You got your warm-up suit pants with your dress shoes.
With the shirt tucked in.
That shirt tucked in. You got on your football jersey tucked in your jeans with a church belt on. Shout out to all the brothers out there.
And I want to tell everybody that's out here, if your daddy owned a pair of white patent leather shoes with 2 tassels on it, I promise you, you got some brothers and sisters that you don't know about.
The white patent leathers with the tassels.
White patent leather shoes with 2 tassels on the front. If your daddy got a pair of those, you have brothers and sisters in other states that you don't know about. If he drove a Cadillac, a sedan DeVille Cadillac, or a Lincoln, or Gary, you already know. Gary, did your daddy own some of those shoes?
But he had the sedan DeVille Cadillac.
Okay, and what did we find out at your dad's funeral?
Hey, move on.
Wore them shoes with white tube socks.
Roxy.
Yeah.
Roxy.
Yes, sir.
When we went to Gary's dad's funeral, we was counting the brothers, but it was somebody. What happened, Rock?
There was some extra ones.
It's all right, baby.
There were a few extra ones. Like, wait, where they at? Who they with?
Gary, may your father. Gary, I would never talk about your deceased father on the radio, and I love Mr. Hay. He was a lovely man. God rest.
Yes, he was, Jesus.
God rest his beautiful soul. And it was sad because I got so caught up. Y'all left me out there at the cemetery, and I had to get somebody to come pick me up because I don't know how.
Why were you left out there?
I don't know how I got left out the cemetery. Gary, I was out there by myself, and I watched your daddy just literally get lowered into the ground and get buried. I know this is bad to talk about.
I'm fine with that, but we was gone. You was still out there.
I was supposed to be riding with Tamika, but she left because she thought I was riding with y'all. And then I went finna get in the car with these other folks and with these camera phones that I don't know, so I end up waiting thinking somebody's gonna swing back around and get me. But it was a pleasure to meet your extra brothers and sisters at the repast that we didn't know about. Did they ride in the family car with y'all there?
No, they didn't have no family car.
Papa was
No.
Hey, Brad.
That's right, honey.
Eva.
Yep.
You know what was most disappointing about Gary's dad's funeral?
What?
Man, we done flew all the way to Port Arthur, Texas to go to Gary's dad's funeral. Practicing, we just knew Gary was going to shout. We was ready to grab him. Me and Rock T had been practicing. And they sat up there with their shades on, with their legs crossed. I ain't never seen no funeral like that where people didn't cry and rock the casket and like, why y'all didn't like?
He was anticipating all
Gary is
that.
poised, honey.
Okay, honey. I'm like, girl, we did like the white folks, honey. We like, girl, we said that we greeted y'all when y'all came to the funeral.
Sure did.
Church, honey. Y'all was, honey, coming in. I thought we was going to come in down the aisle crying and falling out. No, honey. We was on the front row when y'all got there. So we
Sure
greeted
was.
y'all.
You said a perched.
Ricky had his knee pads thinking that, honey, he was going to have to pick me up. But no, honey. I said, yeah, baby, I was doing this Alexis Carrington Colby, child wife and honey. No, sir.
Front page up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
News headlines,
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show got your front page right here by Eva Marcel. And this segment is being brought to you by
Urban One. Make sure you know when elections are happening and have all the information you need to vote with confidence to make your vote count. Register to vote today at newsone.com/vote. Brought to you by Urban One and One Vote. Represent the vote. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone. And happy Wednesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look at your front page news. So, last night's first 2020 presidential debate could end up being the last one. President Trump's frequent interruptions of former Vice President Joe Biden left viewers with more than 90 minutes of over-talking and heated exchanges. One thing was very clear. Trump was not condemning white supremacists and actually called out a group of right-wing extremists called the Proud Boys.
What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name.
supremacists and
Who would
white
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys. Stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what, somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the
it's
public
crazy
will
because you're the president of white Republicans in red states, as if, and you have made demonized anybody that disagree with you and made Democrats and black people the enemy of the people and the press corps. It's crazy because that's how dictatorship slowly started to happen. You discredit the press. And what'd you say, Kay?
No, I was disagreeing with you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead, Eva. Sorry about that.
So the public, speaking of that and speaking out, the public will be getting more answers about the grand jury process in the Breonna Taylor case after an unidentified juror calls for transparency in a judge's order. Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron now says that he plans to release a recording of the proceedings later today. In an exclusive interview last night with the CNN affiliate WDRV, Cameron appears to backpedal, saying that the grand jury could have brought charges that were different than what was recommended. We shall see about that later on today. Meanwhile, the American Academy of Pediatricians say that children now make up 10% of the U.S. coronavirus cases, up to 2% from April. This comes along with reports of a super healthy 19-year-old Appalachian State College student who died on Monday night of a rare COVID-19 complications. So reportedly, he recovered from flu-like symptoms, but then developed a neurological issue. Now, in a bit of good news, Duke University says that it will rename its iconic West Campus building in honor of one of the university's first black undergraduates. The Sociology building will now be known as the Reuben Cook Building after Wilhelmina Reuben Cook, one of the first 5 black undergraduates entering classrooms that previously have been closed to black students. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, log on to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.com. Right, teasy, cheesy. What's going down in sports?
Game 1 tonight of the NBA Finals. Miami Heat versus the Lakers. I didn't stutter. Yes, Miami Heat versus the Lakers. Miami is not going to be an underdog. Let me tell y'all something right now. We all were surprised and shocked that they got there, but now that they're there, they for real. They for real. Bam Adebayo is going to be a problem for the Lakers, so we're going to sit back, get the popcorn ready, and enjoy this series. Governor of California signs a new Kobe Bryant law. This bans first responders from taking death pics triggered by the aftermath of Kobe's helicopter crash when 8 local deputies were accused of taking or sharing death pics of unofficial business. One of the deputies tried actually picking up a woman at a bar while bragging about these pictures, man. So this new law will prevent that from happening anytime soon. That's what I got in sports, man. The Brad got the hot spot right now. Let's go.
Hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot. And that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
Bottom of the hour. It is about that time, man, for the hot spot. What up, Brent?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. Chris Rock is headed back to familiar grounds. He's going to guest host for the season opener of Saturday Night Live this Saturday, October 3rd. And he'll be in great company as rapper Meg Thee Stallion will serve as the musical guest for NBC's series 46th season premiere. That is a long time to be on air. This is Chris Rock's 3rd appearance as a host. The multiple Emmy and Grammy Award winner stars in its 4th installment of FX's critically acclaimed drama series Fargo, which he launched this weekend on September 27th. And this will be Meg Thee Stallion's musical guest debut. Her latest album, Sugar, has garnered over 900 million streams to date and spawned this summer's smash hit and 3-time platinum single Savage. Don't forget, it come on at 11:29 p.m. Eastern and 8:29 p.m. PST. Specific, right? I was going to say specific. Anyway, y'all ignore me. Moving on, right. Michael B. Jordan is partnering.
It's Pacific. It's
right. Pacific, right? Okay. Yo, Michael B. Jordan will be partnering with Lyft's newly launched charitable program, Lift Up, through his Outlive Society fellowship program. He's going to be giving rides to the less fortunate people and people who have been taken for granted. It's going to play roles in job interviews, interviews, first days of work, after days work, going to work, in and out, and all that. It's going to be for under-resourced communities that may have that horrible experience trying to get to work. And what else did I want to tell y'all? Chadwick Boseman, he gave some of his 21 Bridges salary to the co-star Sienna Miller. That's right, she was having some issues. She was supposed to be getting a part in this movie that they were doing, and she said, if I do it, I want to be compensated the right way. And Chadwick ended up donating some of his salary to get her the number that she asked for. I mean, that was very nice of him. She said it was about the most outstanding thing I've ever experienced. Things like this just don't happen. He said that you're going to get paid what you deserve and you're worth it. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. And last but not least, y'all, Cardi B is getting ready to be a clothing line. Ooh, yes, Lord. She filed a trademark for WAP for a range of fashion items. She's going to have clothing, headwear, footwear, jewelry, backpacks, handbags, fanny packs, and luggage. And she also applied the trademark WAP for beverages, including beer, liquor, energy drinks, fruit drinks, and soda. So that's how you capitalize on some WAP. What you say, Ricky?
WAP drink. WAP energy drink.
Tell my girl, I'm wearing my WAP pants, honey. All right.
Okay.
The WAP drink will put you to sleep.
Last but not least, y'all, Samuel L. Jackson is in talks with to do the role of Nick Fury in the new Marvel series in development at Disney Plus, according to Variety. He attached to star with Kyle Bradstreet, attached to write and executive produce the movie. So Jackson has portrayed Fury in Iron Man and multiple other MCU films, including Avengers, Endgame, and Captain Marvel. That's one thing about...
Talking about Samuel L. Jackson?
Yes.
That's who should have hosted the debate last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
They need to let Samuel L. Jackson host the... Hey, I said 2 minutes, mother.
And let him be uncensored.
That's right. Oh, that would have been so good. All right, y'all, that's going to wrap up the hot spot. Coming up next, we got Kurt Boudreaux. My goodness, Gary,
we got his shirt. We got shirt. That's right. Shirt.
We got Chef Boudreaux. Chef Kurt Boudreaux with the quarantine cuisines. And we got the praise. Shut up, Gary. We got the praise.
Right, you got to eat the cereal after you get off there.
Gary, what's wrong with it this morning, Gary?
Baby, just go ahead. Okay.
What kind of moment she having, Gary?
Baby, I don't want to say what kind of moment she having, no, honey, but she's having a moment, baby. She better get that, honey. Go get that meat, honey, and get out of her. But anyway.
I'm waiting on you to say it, Gary. I'm waiting on you.
We love you, though,
The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. Forget all y'all. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. You always mess up, Gary.
What's up? All right, y'all, it's time for Quarantine Cooking with Chef Kurt Boudreaux. What up, Kurt?
What's going on, Rick? How y'all doing this morning?
Morning.
Man, bless, man. Hey, I know you cooking something.
Well, look, man, y'all gonna have to forgive my voice. It's a little hoarse this morning, but yeah, I made this before, but that video didn't go too well, so I decided to do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Basically, you got some leftovers.
What we redoing?
Well, we're going to redo this yakameen soup, man, because it's getting cold outside. But I started with boiling some eggs and some pasta, and I set that aside, and I cut up a chuck roast into some chunks, and I salt peppered the meat, added some onion, garlic powder, sauteed a little bit, and then I cooked in a broth with some beef and chicken bouillon, and I cooked it until it was tender. And then I put my pasta in a bowl, added my beef, my stock, all into that bowl, and then I garnished with a little scallions and some egg and a boiled egg. And man, I even threw in some shrimp on top, man.
Yes, sir.
So it's like a surf and turf soup. But I'm telling you, Rick, when you eat this, bro, it's also good, especially when you've been drinking and got a little hangover, boy. It's good for it, boy. I'm telling you, it's good for it.
Hey, Kurt, how can we find the video?
You can find it on Rickey Smiley Official. You can follow your boy on Facebook at Boudreaux's Catering, and on Instagram, Chef_Boudreaux1.
There it is, man, the one and only Chef Kurt Boudreaux.
Hey, man, have a good week, bro.
Hey, have a good week. Appreciate you, Kurt.
All right, Rick.